Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another Sacred Union energy update. Yes, another one. I've been sitting here at my desk for the past hour just answering emails and just kind of like putzing around on the internet, taking care of some business and stuff that I need to do, but kind of going back and forth as far as what do I need to do as far as channeling, preparing for the week ahead. Um, just kind of in this state of not really sure what to do with myself. This restless feeling coming out, knowing I need to work, knowing I have things and projects I can get done, but just kind of in this energy of not wanting to do it, knowing that there's energy here and I probably should channel, but not quite wanting to do it. And it's really, really interesting. I wasn't going to do a Sacred Union energy update. I had planned on doing an eclipse reading today, but then I had to go into the shop to work, and I said, you know what? Let me wait until the 1111 portal energy. I'll channel tomorrow for the 1111 portal energy, which feels really powerful. But then I got a message from a friend who just wanted to share that she's just feeling this eclipse energy so deeply, and that she's not quite sure what's going on with her connection, that everything feels kind of up and down. She doesn't know right from left right now. And I realized all of us are feeling this way. This eclipse is really interesting, and it's hitting each of us in a little bit of a different way. Some of us are extremely emotional, where we're letting those emotions out, and some of us are feeling the emotions, but there's this sense of like stoicism. At least that's how I'm feeling personally. There's emotions underneath the surface, and it's not that I'm repressing them, but there's this sense of stoicism. It's almost like my mind is aware of the emotions, and I'm aware of why I'm having those emotions, and I'm allowing myself to feel those emotions, but there's also this kind of controlled energy about it. And this very much feels like the masculine's energy and how they handle their emotions, or at least how they handled their emotions in the past. Where the feminine energy is very expressive of her emotions, again, crying, journaling, processing out loud, that kind of thing, really communicating her emotions. I'm interestingly enough not feeling that. I had felt that a couple of days ago, but I'm not feeling that now. And I feel like you could be in two camps. You could be really feeling into your feminine energy with this, or you could be feeling into your masculine energy, which again is like more of that stoicism. That's how I'm feeling now. I'm feeling the fluidity within me. I'm feeling the emotions within me. And it's not like I'm suppressing them or denying those emotions, but there's this level of um, almost like this sense of control about me. And this feels very masculine energy. Again, it doesn't feel suppressive. It doesn't feel like you don't want to express that or communicate that. It just feels very balanced. It feels like I feel very centered in myself and very much in this place. Like, even though I don't know what the hell is happening, I'm just allowing myself to release that uncertainty and not dive into the emotion of the uncertainty and just let it be, especially when it comes to my connection. Again, over the past weekend, I had a lot of emotion coming up, and I was allowing myself to express that emotion and just feel that emotion of, oh my gosh, I really was abandoned. He really doesn't care. He really doesn't, was this all a ruse? Was this all just for nothing? All those emotions around abandonment, around that core wound. Now, that's not what I actually believe, but it was the emotions that were coming up around the abandonment wound. And we talked about that in the previous Sacred Union Energy Update. If you guys missed it, it's a very deep dive into what is going on pre-eclipse. We posted that and recorded that yesterday. And so this feels like it's kind of like residual energy of that. So it's like, it's very interesting. We had channeled say what you mean and mean what you say. It's all about embodiment. It's all about alignment with the mind and the heart, where you are allowing yourself to really express yourself in your truth, but not fully believing in what the mind has to say, trusting in what the intuition has to say, and letting both come into alignment. not just speaking from one place or the other, but allowing yourself to really discern what is true and what is not, especially because right now illusion is very, very thick. It's very thick. There's a lot that is unseen. There is a lot that seems to be true that is false. There's a lot that's coming up to the surface. There's going to be more clarity coming through, but right now that illusion is very, very thick. And so you have to trust your heart. And so especially when it comes to communicating, especially when it comes to speaking and expressing yourself, not always believing in what the mind says first, but making sure that the mind is in tune with the heart and allowing yourself to express from that heart space. Not believing always the intellect, but aligning that with your heart space. That's really important right now. So it's a really it's a really interesting energy. We're gonna take a look at both the masculine and the feminines and just kind of do a quick check-in and see what the heck is going on. Why are we feeling the way that we're feeling? I do feel like this is just residual energy that's balancing out. There's a lot of emotion that's coming up between the divine masculine and the divine feminine as well. I feel like you are both heavy on each other's minds, and both of you are kind of feeling like it's almost like you're not quite sure what's going on with the connection. Both of you aren't sure what's happening with the other. I'm seeing this from the divine masculine side as well, where I feel like just as you, divine feminine, are kind of like in the dark about your connection, perhaps, I feel like the divine masculine feels that about the feminine too. What's she up to? What is she doing? How is this ever going to play out? And I feel like that's where you have to just surrender to the uncertainty and just let it unfold, especially you divine feminines. Just allow it to unfold. Be in that place of trust and faith. And I feel like that's where I am, even though I'm feeling all these emotions, and old wounding might be coming up. The wounding it's not sticking as it used to. It's not the story that it used to be. It's like it's just residual energy that's coming up to be kind of looked at. That's what it is. It's almost like it's these old beliefs and old wounds that are coming out or coming up to be examined. And I'm saying, you know what? I don't actually believe that. I don't actually believe that he doesn't care. I don't actually believe that he abandoned me. I don't actually believe that he is just XYZ. You know, you can have 1,000 different scenarios. It's going to display itself, you know, however it is on your journey. But, you know, when I tune into my heart, that's what the mind says. But when I tune into my heart, I don't actually hold those beliefs anymore. And so it almost feels like that wound, that old wound, any residual energy from that is coming up to the surface to say, are you still hooked into that belief? Are you still hooked into that illusion? Or are you trusting the heart? And so there's this real layer of faith and trust that's coming through now, and that's coming from a place of acceptance too, that, you know what, no matter what, true or false, up or down, left or right, what can you do but just surrender to this now moment and just accept this now moment as it is and see how it unfolds? So there's a couple of things that are happening here. Number one, and no wonder it's this eclipse energy. Number one, residual energy is coming up to the surface for wounds and patterns, habits, behaviors, addictions, however this is playing out, to really be examined, for you to really unhook from that and see what actually feels true to you, for you to really tap into your intuition, for you to really tap into your heart space. Number two, there's this energy of surrender that's coming through as well, and that surrender comes from a place of acceptance. Your mind can attach to any one of those beliefs or any one of those stories or any one of those illusions and can string you along, right? Can spiral you down if you allow it. But through your consciousness, through your awareness, you can allow yourself to kind of discern and objectively observe and say, you know what? That was an old belief. And I'm not hooking into that anymore. I'm going to trust what I'm feeling within my heart space while also accepting and allowing this present state of our connection. I'm going to give you an example, a real life example of what I'm experiencing to maybe help you understand this kind of energy that I'm receiving. It's, what I'm seeing is a ball of yarn. Not one that is, you know, carefully wrapped, but one that has just been I'm hearing the word gobbledygook. That's just the word that Spirit's giving me, and I have to laugh at that. Gobbledygook. It's just this, like, it's like you take a piece of yarn and you pull the thread, or like say like a cat's playing with it, right? And it gets all tangled up and stuff like that, and you try to gather it all up, and it's just this gobbledygook. It's just this like ball of thread, and now you have to kind of like unwrap all the pieces and unwind it and try to figure out, okay, where does one end start and where does one end begin, or where does one end? How can I put this back into place? That's what it feels like. It feels like there's a lot of energy coming up that is out of place, and you're kind of just putting it back into place within that new version of yourself. So for myself, as an anecdote here, I have no idea what's happening in my connection, to the point where it's like part of me, the ego part of me, wants to say he abandoned me. He just let this connection go. He doesn't care. He never cared. I was just making it all up. I was believing more in our love than he was, or I believed that he loved me more than he actually did. I don't believe that's true. That's the ego. That's the fear. That's the uncertainty that tries to take hold. In my heart, I absolutely do not believe that's true. And my heart is speaking louder than the ego right now. My heart wants to speak louder than the ego. If you guys listen to a couple of my Sacred Union energy updates where I was sharing, some of my personal experiences over the past couple of weeks and months, you know that I didn't want to believe my own channelings, because my ego was screaming so loudly of the fear. The fear, I need to let go, I need to release. And yes, you have to, release the attachment. But I was just like, I have to move on because that's what he's done. But I feel so strongly in my heart, and I can't escape what I feel. And there's this kind of balancing out that's happening. And so what's happening is I'm allowing myself to observe the emotions that I'm feeling, but there's this sense of stoicism. It's like I'm feeling the emotions, but I'm not attaching to them. I'm just observing them now. And I'm allowing my soul and my heart to speak even louder. If I were to look at this journey, if I were to look at what I was saying outside of my experiences, outside of myself, I would say that I was freaking nuts. I would say that I was just delusional, that I was just living in a fantasy. And I have learned along this journey to trust in myself. My entire life, I have doubted myself or been made to doubt myself. And through this journey, not just this experience with this ascension with my sacred partner, but in how I saved my life when I was sick, and how I took care of myself even before that, always trusting myself, that has always guided me along my life journey. And I know that I can't speak for you guys. I'm simply speaking for myself here. I have learned to trust in myself, and to trust in my intuition, and trust in what I feel. And I can't do anything but that. And that's where I'm just allowing myself to trust that. Do I know how that's going to play out with my divine counterpart? Absolutely not. I do fully believe that he's my counterpart. I do fully believe that he's my person. I do fully believe that we love each other. But I don't know how that's going to play out as far as the life experience that we have, because just as much as it's my journey, it's his as well. And he has choices that he has to make for his life and his journey as well. And I can't make those for him. So I don't know what it looks like as far as us actually coming together. But I do know that I don't want to deny what it is that I feel and trust in my heart anymore. I don't want to say just because this isn't happening that it's false or that it isn't real. I don't want to say that anymore, because it's not false and it's not untrue. It is very much real. And I'm trusting in that. But I'm also allowing myself to accept what is, and just allow myself to trust in God and keep following my path and keep living in my joy and keep learning and growing and ascending. That is my job. That is my role. That is what I'm here for on this planet, on this earth. And so life doesn't stop just because I'm not in connection with my counterpart or physical connection. I know and believe in the love that we have for each other, and that is what unconditional love truly is, and that I want him to be happy, and I want him to be on his journey, whatever that looks like for him, as long as he is allowing himself to grow and allowing himself to be happy, allowing himself to feel joy, whatever that is for him. That's how I know it's love. That's how I know it's unconditional love. That's how I know I've detached and healed so much within myself. So I don't want to disbelieve anymore. I don't want to feel like, oh, he's abandoned me. Yes, it looks like that in the physical. And yes, I could be very, very angry about that. And in many ways, I probably will be. And I feel like that's justified too. But at the end of the day, there's also this sense of forgiveness. There's also this sense of understanding. And there's also this sense of compassion, because I've grown through this period of separation as well. I've learned through this period of separation, this non communication. I've learned about myself so much. And I've also learned about the love that is in my heart and the love that I myself am capable of. And that is a gift that I will never be able to fully articulate. So I can't speak for you guys where you are in your journey. I didn't expect to be talking about this or for this to be coming out. I think I'm processing in real time right now. I can't really speak for you. I can't really speak for the collective right now. I'm just sharing my own heart and sharing my own journey, and just saying that I'm trusting in myself and I'm trusting in what I feel. But I'm also at this place of just complete acceptance and surrender, because I don't know what it's going to look like in the physical. Maybe he and I aren't meant to be together in the physical. I'm not attaching to that story. I'm not attaching to that belief. I am just allowing God to guide me in whatever way it's meant to be, knowing that we are on this journey together. It's when I get caught up in my mind that it gets so confusing, and I just want to trust the love. I just want to trust the love now. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's a very interesting energy. There's a lot that is coming up to be shown, and I feel like there could be a lot of confusion right now. But just understand that clarity will come. Ask for that clarity. Ask for that peace. And just keep tuning into the love. Step out of the mind space and keep tuning into the heart and tuning into the love. And you make the decision of what you want to believe. You make the conscious choice of what it is that you want to feel, of what it is that you want to believe, with that level of acceptance, right? Because, there are certain things that are being shown to us in the 3D. My counterpart isn't communicating with me. He did just kind of ghost me. He is avoiding me. And I could spin 1,000 different stories from there. I don't want to. I just don't want to. It's just a waste of energy and a waste of, it just creates so much confusion and cobwebs in the mind. What I choose to believe now is that he does love me and has loved me and has always loved me. I choose to believe that we are connected because I can't deny the experiences that I've had. I can't deny the phenomena I've experienced. I can't deny how connected I always feel to him, how he was always here with me, with my energy. I can't deny that. I can't deny that he's part of my heart in a way that I've never experienced and never expected to experience. I can't deny that, and I don't want to. And so I'm just choosing to accept that this is where our journey led us, and we shared a lot of love, and it was the greatest gift of my life, this ascension journey, and to keep seeing where life goes, because life doesn't end. The journey doesn't end. Just one phase of it does. The pain, the confusion, it's ending right here, right now. And so I feel like, what is it that you want to trust in? What is it that you want to believe? For me, I just want to believe in God guiding me and supporting me, and that I am the beloved. I wasn't going to share this until I did the sacred channeling, but I'm going to share it now. I wrote something. I'm going to share a little bit of it. I'm going to wait until the sacred channeling over on Susan Dawn Ascension Connections. I'm going to talk about the 1111 portal during that channeling, so make sure that you stay tuned this week. I'm hopeful I'll have it up tomorrow, if not on Thursday, so make sure that you're subscribed over there and staying tuned. I shared some writing on my social media platforms about the feminine energy within me rising, the dark feminine within me rising, and what that actually means. It is the warrior energy within me. It is the fighter. It is the fierce energy. It's the Kalima energy. And remember a couple of months ago, I had talked about how Kali was really guiding us through the past year, and now Kuan Yin was stepping in. So Kali was that fierce warrior energy. She's a dark feminine. Kuan Yin was more of that compassionate energy, that forgiving energy, that light energy. And they were walking side by side. I saw a vision of them walking side by side, Kali and Kuan Yin, as the whole embodiment of the divine feminine. And there are a number of other goddesses, but they were depicting it as Kuan Yin and Kali Ma side by side, hand in hand, for a purpose, to show us what the divine feminine truly is. It is the dark feminine and it is the light feminine, all embodied as one. And so I was sharing how I really feel that divine feminine energy within me rising. And I had said, the world tries to snuff out the heart's flame. Don't you know I'm a phoenix, and the embers are my domain? Brought to my knees through 1,000 surrenders, I grow stronger and softer all at once. This is my gift. I'm setting fires to the lies of all I've been told. I'm breaking loose from the confines of my existence. In this space, I am beloved. In this space, I am part of the sacred. I'm ready to dance in the wilderness of all that I am. In this moment, I set my feminine free. I'll share the full writing over on the Sacred Channeling coming up. It's also going to be in my book of poetry coming up. But I wanted to share that because it's really embracing yourself as a beloved. And your partner activates that within you. But your partner is not the reason why you are the beloved. You are the beloved because you are. And allowing yourself to connect to God, source, universe, creator, whatever it is that you call that primal life force energy, that higher life force energy, the more that you're connected to that, the more you're connected to love, the more you're connected to yourself, the more you recognize yourself as a beloved. And the more you recognize yourself as a beloved, the more you recognize the beloved not only in your partner, but in everybody around you. There's so much that's coming up to the surface with this eclipse energy. But the most important thing is your awareness and your conscious choice to choose the path of love. I'm sitting here wondering if I want to do an actual reading. And I'm hearing you guys saying, yes, yes, please. Because that felt powerful enough. So I'm going to share that as its own collective message because I don't want it to be missed. And if you guys can help me, let these messages be shared. Make sure that you are hitting that like button, that you're commenting so that the algorithm can really pick it up. Make sure that you're helping me share this out because I feel like this is so important for Twin Flames right now in this energy to help shift the collective, to help shift the course of the collective. There's so much energy that can be negative, that can be heavily influenced, but we have to choose the path of love. That is what we are here for. We are here to keep choosing the path of love. And the path of love, yes, it's with your divine counterpart, but you're both choosing the path of love. And the more you choose the path of love, the more your counterpart's choosing the path of love. It's all part of the one. It's all part of the same energy. We just get so caught up in the illusion and the beliefs and the pain and the patterns that we forget that within ourselves. We get so caught up in the mind that we forget the heart. How is this eclipse energy affecting the divine masculine? Page of Cups. Death. It's Scorpio season. I am not at all surprised to see that death card in the November energy update, which you can find on my social media platforms as well as on Patreon. We talked about that. We talked about that Scorpio energy. This is transformation. Yeah, that Strength card has been coming out again lately. And it came out in yesterday's channeling. And I'm also getting the Lionsgate energy. From the Lionsgate in August until this eclipse season, and even moving forward until the solstice, I've been picking up on so much momentum. And if you've been watching these readings since the summer, you have been with me as part of this collective to understand that that momentum is creating massive change and massive transformation, massive shifts within consciousness of both the divine masculine and the divine feminine, to create that inner union so that that external union can come about. I don't speak about external union a lot because it really is about the inner union, but your inner world creates your outer world naturally. What I'm feeling here is that Lionsgate energy. Feel free to go back to any of the Sacred Union energy updates or Ascension relationship updates in the past, especially the past couple of weeks and months. All of my readings are meant to be timeless. So if you are called to one of those readings, allow yourself to watch it. It might resonate with you. There might be messages or new understandings. Because what happens is, as you go through this ascension journey, you are able to reflect and look back and receive more messages and more understanding. Oh, that makes sense now. I understand what was being said here. And sometimes I channel a little bit ahead as well. So I do feel like that Lionsgate energy was like a doorway that we walked through collectively for these sacred partners, for these twin flames collectively, your masculine and the feminine. You walk through that doorway, and it was a doorway. I'm seeing a corridor. So you open the door to the corridor, and that corridor was creative, massive change and massive ascension. It was an accelerated ascension, almost like a wormhole is what I'm seeing. It's almost like a, you know how when you go into like I'm saying it like we've all been there. It's like how they talk about wormholes. It's like, you know, a wormhole like speeds everything up. That's what it feels like. It feels like you walk through the door with the Lionsgate energy, and it was like an accelerated ascension where everything was changing and everything was shifting, especially within yourself. And if for masculines especially, they experience this within their physical world, but that physical change was the catalyst for the interchange. I'm pausing because they're giving me the message about the divine feminines too. The divine feminines have experienced this journey in a little bit of a different way. They experienced interchange that was a catalyst to making changes in their physical world. Divine masculines were the opposite. Physical changes were the catalyst for their interchange. So that's a union of opposites that we'll be channeling and talking about for Friday's 11/11 portal. That's what this is about. I feel like this eclipse is a culmination of all of that energy, and that's why we are experiencing it so intensely. It's not necessarily heavy, although if you're in resistance to change or transformation, or if you are, if you're experiencing tower moments, I'm hearing, because of that resistance, it could feel very heavy. Just allow the energy to flow. Energy has to flow. And that's you allowing your divine feminine energy to rise. That's allowing yourself to be in your feminine energy, whether you're masculine or not. It's allowing the energy to flow. Energy has to flow. So what I'm feeling here is there's this newness. I'm getting the word newness. And I feel like there's this emotion that is really rising from the depths of themselves. And it feels very young. It feels very new. And that's because they hadn't allowed themselves to really experience that before. That's been this journey for them. So it's not entirely new as in it's just happening now. This has been a new awareness, a new cognizance of the emotions that they've held within, but that they haven't fully been able to recognize or articulate or understand within themselves. It's still very young. It's been forming, it's been growing, it's been expanding within them. And I feel like there's a transformation that's taking place where they're having this newfound recognition. They're having this clarity of what this emotion is, and this emotion is love. And I feel like they're gaining the strength to embody that love. They're gaining the strength to want to express that love, gaining the strength to want to offer that love. They're not done here. Let me get some more for the divine masculines, please. What they're telling me is this reading is going to coincide with the 11/11 portal, or energy update, the sacred channeling. So do make sure that you're checking that out as well. And sometimes that happens. I'm going to title this the same as I'm titling that one. All right. Spirit, what do you have to say? What do you have to say for the Divine Masculine? What's going on with the Divine Masculine with this eclipse energy? Yep. I had a feeling. I thought the King was going to come here in this space. I saw the King of Cups in my mind's eye as I was shuffling after the Death card came out. I thought it was going to be here from the page to the King. But it's interesting that the Lionsgate, it's interesting that the Strength card came out, because there was that message of the Lionsgate, and also you need that confidence, you need that strength. In yesterday's channeling, I was getting a lot of solar plexus energy, where there was this confidence that was being brought forth. And I'm also getting this energy of worthiness. This person is starting to believe that they are worthy. They're starting to believe in themselves. I feel Divine Feminine, it's like you had to lose a little bit of your belief in your Divine Masculine in order for them to pick up on that energy and find that within themselves. Because otherwise there was this like codependency. They were relying too much, energetically or otherwise. If you've been in communication, then they might have been relying on that communication too much. They might have been relying on whatever it was that you were giving them. Energetically, at the very least, they were relying too much on your belief in them. They had to find that belief in themselves. And so I feel there was this energy coming through of you might have lost a little bit of belief in them. And I'm hearing they picked up. They picked up what you put down. They picked up where you left off. I had to find it in myself is what I'm hearing. I had to find it in myself. I had to find that belief in myself. And what I'm hearing is I had it once upon a time, but I lost it. And this could have been from trauma. This could have been from experiences. This could have been from circumstances or situations that they had experienced along their journeys, their life journey, their life experience. But the confidence that they once had was lost. That belief they had in themselves was lost, and they had to find it themselves again. And you believing in them helped them. It planted that seed. It showed them a part of themselves that they had forgotten, that they had forsaken, that they themselves had abandoned. But you helped them find it again. And that's where they're so incredibly grateful for you. You have really been a guiding light for them. I'm just getting this sense of just so much love from your Divine Masculine to you. It's all the things I'm hearing that I couldn't say to you, all the things that I've had in my heart, but I didn't know how to say. It's very tender energy and very loving energy. It's everything we wish we could actually physically hear, isn't it? But trust, again, trust in what you are receiving. Trust in the energy that you are receiving. And trust in what your heart is telling you is true. If you're feeling the emotion of it, allow yourself to believe in that. Allow yourself to trust in that. You know, we have choices in life where we can believe in the shit or we can believe in the good. We can believe in negativity or we can believe in positivity. And I don't want to use those dualistic terms like that, but we can believe in the worst or we can believe in the best. And that's not to bypass. You know, we have to embrace reality. We have to accept certain things, right? We have to come to certain conclusions. But with that practical reasoning, with that balance of mind and heart, where are you putting your energy towards? So I feel like there is this succession, this love that they're experiencing. The awareness of the love, I'm being corrected, is very new. It's very young. I'm hearing it's ancient. It's an ancient love. You've loved each other across lifetimes. It's an ancient love, but this recognition in this lifetime, this awareness, this remembrance is very new for them. They had been feeling it, but now they're really having that clarity of recognition and allowing themselves to articulate it, allowing themselves to express it. So there's this death and transformation energy that's coming through here where they're allowing themselves to dive deep into their heart space, into those emotions, and gaining the courage in which to express themselves and their love and their emotions in a very healthy, immature way as the King. And look who's also being making himself known, the Knight of Cups. So you have the Page, you have the Knight, and you have the King of Cups there, making his way forward. Divine Feminines. We talked a little bit about you, but let's see what else is going on. How is this? What's your response? I want to do something different. I want to see what is your response to this, Divine Feminine. Let's do something a little bit different. What's your response to this? Okay, Seven of Swords. I've been seeing that pop up a couple of times lately. The Ace of Pentacles. It's like you want to believe in this, but your guard is still up. Your guard is still up. It's almost like this is a dream. You see all the energy. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's so much energy here. It's like this card is like sparkling, almost like in like a dream, like space, almost like it's so beautiful it can't be real. But they're reminding us that it's the Ace of Pentacles. It's very grounded, tangible energy. It's very real energy. Out of all the energies in the tarot, the Pentacles is real. You have the cups, which are emotion based. You have the wands that are really like awakening ideas and action based. You have the swords, which are really thoughts and mind based. Pentacles is physical, it's tangible, it's real. So you might be feeling like, again, just like we channeled in the beginning, those are no coincidences when I share my heart, when I speak from the heart there, when I channel like that. You might be feeling like, how do I believe in this? How do I believe in this new beginning? How do I believe in this open door, this open gate that is just, it's like my open heart opening to everything. How do I believe in this? You're a little bit guarded. You're a little bit wary because I feel like you've been deceived in the past, and maybe you have been in a way. This could be from this connection. This could be from past connections. So maybe you have been deceived in the past. Maybe there was a lot of secretive energy where you felt like you couldn't trust your heart, where you felt like you were betraying yourself if you did trust your heart, where you felt like you were abandoning yourself if you didn't. It's all showing up in a number of different ways. Again, it's like that tangled ball of yarn. It's all coming to the surface. It's all a little bit tangled right now. You don't have to reach for it. You don't have to reach for analysis. You don't have to reach for understanding. Just let that tangled ball of yarn be tangled, because it will untangle itself. Clarity is coming. Just let yourself be in whatever energy you're in. You don't have to work so hard to untangle anything. It will untangle itself. Just trust in God. God is the one that is holding the thread. He created the thread. You know how I talk about how your unique threads in the tapestry of creation? That's what this energy is. It's God's got this. God is still weaving the tapestry. You just have to trust in this. You just have to trust in the unfolding, because it will be unfolding, continue to unfold. But you might still be in some kind of guarded energy is what I'm getting. What's your response to this? To the Divine Masculine? You're scared. It's like you don't know what direction to go in, and you have that full moon there, and I feel like the full moon is kind of highlighting this sense of, which way do I go? Which way do I go? You don't have to make a choice right now. Just allow it to unfold. Just allow yourself to trust that life is still moving forward. You're still moving forward, even if you sit in the stillness, even if you allow yourself to sit in the silence. We talked a lot about how we needed some time to rest and recover last week, because we were going through this releasing kind of energy. I'm going to link some readings in the description box. If you missed anything, or if you want to go back, these are all tied together, these readings. And so I'm going to link them all in the description box if you want to check those out or watch them again, because it's all coming up here. So allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to not have to take action. Allow yourself to surrender. Allow yourself to just be. And what I'm hearing is that is the Divine Feminine energy. Yes, you still go about your life. Yes, you still take care of your business, your family, your home, your work, whatever it is. That's your own inner masculine energy, right? But when it comes to the greater picture, you go with the flow of things. You allow yourself to be guided. You take intuitive action, but you allow yourself to be guided. Oh, that's what they're saying. Okay. Oh gosh, I just keep getting so many messages. I was getting a message, and I don't know if I'm going to have it here. I was getting a message about the masculine and the feminine, and I had recorded a voice note to myself because I wanted to remember it, and they're just bringing it back to me now. Two messages that I had gotten over the course of the past several weeks. Number one, patience does not mean passivity. Having compassionate patience does not mean that you are waiting. You are still living your life, and you're still creating for your life, divine feminines. You're not waiting for this connection. You're not sitting around for this connection. You are still creating and allowing your path to unfold. You're holding space. That does not require or mean passivity. You're still taking action for yourself. That's one message that's coming through here. The second, I'm going to have to pause this reading for a minute.
My leap of faith as the divine feminine is to keep pursuing my sacred path, even though there is no certainty, even though I may not know where that's leading. My leap of faith as the divine feminine is to keep moving forward in my life and to allow things to unfold, to allow things to just be. Without trying to control it, without trying to manipulate it, without trying to force it. His leap of faith, as the divine masculine, is to take action, is to come forward, is to build, is to create. That's his leap of faith. Both of us, not knowing how the other one is going to be, but also at the highest level, having faith in, trusting in, and understanding in love.
Okay, I don't know if you guys could hear that or not, and I apologize if you couldn't. So what I had channeled was that my leap of faith as the divine feminine was to trust in the unfolding, to keep taking action for my life, but to also allow the connection to unfold without certainty, without forcing anything, without manipulation, just allowing. His leap of faith was to take action without knowing what that action is going to bring about, without knowing what the reaction is going to be, without knowing what the interactions are going to be. So both of us taking leaps of faith into the unknown together. And we've been channeling that so much across this whole span of this journey. I jump, you jump, Jack. That's what we had channeled a long, long time ago, both of you taking a leap of faith towards each other. But it's not a leap of faith. It's a leap of faith only to the ego that is afraid of the uncertainty, that is afraid of the unknown. But your soul knows within the context of this love how you feel about each other and what you are creating together. So your leap of faith, divine feminine, is to keep going, to keep letting it be. Just keep allowing that uncertainty and surrendering to that uncertainty. Divine masculine, your leap of faith is to take action towards the feminine, towards the connection. Again, without certainty, without knowing how it's going to be, without knowing how your counterpart's going to react, without knowing what it's going to look like. Allowing yourself to keep surrendering to your emotions, to your self-expression, and to keep building, to keep creating within that context, within your physical world. Your leap of faith, divine masculine, is towards that partnership. It's that's where you create together then. That's where you create together. All right, divine feminines, anything else you have to say here? Oh, something else was here. Knight of Pentacles. Page of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Divine feminines, you are in this energy of just fulfillment. You're feeling joy, you're feeling happy within your life, but you're missing that one cup. It's just that one cup. You're completely happy and good on your own. You have that sense of independence. You have that sense of self-sufficiency. You have that sense of union within. You're not feeling like you're lacking anything. You have fulfillment and happiness and joy, but that one cup is being offered. And when you have that one cup, you have the 10 of Cups. You have all the wishes and all the dreams and all the desires. I'm also hearing that you have that cup here. It's here. It's the illusion that it's not. You have that cup within yourself. Your counterpart loves you. Loves you. Believe in that love. Your person is coming towards you with that love. Believe in that love. Release how you expect it to be. Release the outcome. Release the need for it to look a certain way or be a certain way. And allow your story to unfold naturally. They reminded me of when I was writing my latest novel, East of Everywhere. When I first started writing, I had a character named Brayden. And I'm like, awesome, he's a love interest. And as I started writing more and more, oh no, he's becoming the little brother. Wait a minute. I had the name Brayden picked out for the love interest. And the little kid, the little brother character was just like, nope, I'm the brother. I'm the brother. Somebody else is a love interest. Leo is a love interest. Brayden is the brother. I hadn't anticipated having a brother at all in the story to my main character. But there it was. And he became a pivotal part of the storyline. If I had forced it to look the way I wanted it to look in the beginning, my book would have turned out completely different. I would have struggled. It would have been very painful to write. And so I just surrendered and I said, okay, Leo's the love interest. I now have a little brother for the main character. Let's see where this goes. And it turned into a beautiful unfolding of the story. There was more there than I could have ever anticipated that story becoming. That's this energy. Allow it to be what it wants to be. Allow it to be what it needs to be. Allow it to look what it needs to look like. Allow your story to write itself. You're holding the pen, but you're also allowing the universe to guide your hand. Your soul knows the way. It's just we get so caught up in the mind and so caught up in the ego. The wheel is turning. Destiny is at play here. You have the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck as well. Knight of Cups and Knight of Cups both at the bottom of the deck. Love is here. You're attracting that in your physical world as well. Just keep trusting in the unfolding. God has a divine hand in this. But are you surrendered and trusting and having faith within that place of acceptance? Whew. All right, you guys, that's going to be it. That felt very deep, very wild, and very emotional. But that's the energy that we're in right now, isn't it? So we'll be back with hopefully much more typical Sacred Union energy update or mini reading later this week. We're also going to have the 1111 portal channeling. So make sure that you're staying tuned for that. I hope that this was helpful. I love you all so very much, and I'm sending you all so much light and so much love. See you next time.